to a person who is an aspiring leader, taking country forward with his difference in thinking, with his positive and futuristic outlook of life. Dear Shri Rahulji, we are indeed very happy that you are here and you will be interacting with our fertile minds, the young girls. You asked me one question: what do you aspire to create out of this? And I just told you what we want, what we aim at is the empowerment of women, women taking lead role in all aspects of society, in political, in social, in economic, and even in cultural fields. And that's what we do in this campus, empowering young women for generations. In 5 years' time, it will be 100 years. And we have been doing our duty consciously and with dedication, shaping the destiny of young women in our nation. I wish you a very pleasant and challenging interactive session with our students. All the best to you.
Thank you, sister. We now move on to the most important part of today's event, the interactive session. Before we begin, sir, would you like to make an opening remark, or shall we go straight to the questions? Straight to the questions, okay. So the floor is now open, and I welcome the students to pose their questions to Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
I'll just welcome everybody. Yeah. Thank you all for coming here today. Thank you to Dr. Sister Vinita, Lizzie Matthew ji, and Mrs. Niranjana ji, to my colleagues from the political stream, and of course to all the students. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you. As I walked in, I asked, what does this institution aim to do? What are you looking at doing? And I asked the faculty to tell me in one line. And I think you mentioned it right now, that you're looking to empower women. I think that is fundamental, and I think it is one of the things that I would like to see change in India. So with that, let us start our conversation.
Hello. I now invite the questions.
Don't keep it just questions, you know. Be more relaxed. You seem very serious today. Are you stressed out? Are you worried? Or you relaxed? Yeah?
Yeah, all right.
Not only them, everybody. Are you stressed out? Or louder, I can't hear.
No.
Okay, so I need you to relax, because I want to have a conversation with you. I need you to be comfortable. If you're going to be stressed, if you're not going to be relaxed, it's not going to work. Okay, so anybody who feels like asking, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Rosna Johnson from first year BA Economics Department. And my question is it possible to win a seat or successfully represent the people on principles alone?
What do you think?
I guess it varies with people. Different people will be having their own perspectives and life principles. So, would you like to share yours?
Yeah. I think, obviously, in an election, you're looking for a majority viewpoint, right? And in finding that majority viewpoint, that's a conversation, right? If I want to find out what is the majority viewpoint here, I have to start talking to people. I have to listen to what people say. And in finding that viewpoint, I can follow a principled position, or I can follow an unprincipled position. I can do both. I can cheat you, right? I can cheat you, and I can come here and I can say 3 things that you want to hear. You might vote for me, and then the next time when I got to come, then I'm in trouble. Right? So what principles give you is consistency and credibility. So you might sneak away with one election, you might cheat people once, but in the end, people are intelligent. You've got to give them that. And eventually they'll figure out what the person is trying to do. If you're, in Hindi they say niyat, if your intention is genuine, right, you will broadly follow genuine principles. If your intention is to cheat people, then you will broadly follow principles that cheat people. And then I think you can tell when someone genuine comes to me, I might make a mistake once. I'm unlikely to make a mistake twice or 3 times or 4 times. So I think that applies to politics as well. I also I don't find it interesting to do politics without principles. It's not interesting for me. So frankly, I wouldn't do it any other way. There might be a cost to it. I'm ready to bear that cost. I learn from these principles. I find these principles help me in my work. So that would be the answer.
Thank you, sir, for the answer.
Tell me a bit about yourself.
I am Rosna Johnson, and I am doing first year BA Economics degree here.
So the boss of the college said that we are trying to empower women.
Yeah, true.
Do you think you're empowered?
Getting empowered.
And what does that process involve?
Like if I would like to tell, I could tell I'm in the stages, because right now I'm running an online business which helped me to reach the final position.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so as a young lady, how do you know when you step into society that you're empowered? Like I would say to you, well, you face something that I never face, right?
Yeah.
I can get up in the morning, I can get up at night, I can walk on any street, I can go into risky places. I don't have a problem. As a girl, you can't do that,
Yeah, true.
right? So there are many places at night you can't go alone. So are you empowered?
No.
So what are the minimum things you require as a woman for empowerment?
We also need a society who support it. As if you talked about walking alone in the streets at night, if we are ready to do, but we need a society who supports that and makes our mentally fit, like gives us a thought that it's always safe and all, but we are damn sure it lacks here, especially in our country, it lacks.
So for example, as a man, I will never face that.
Yeah.
I will never walk into a situation where I am scared physically that someone might do something to me. It's just not something in my mindset, but all of you have that in common, right?
It's not even the case of nights. Even during the daytime, we face the same.
Yeah. So, can you be empowered if your society is not empowered?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
What do others
Sir,
think? Do you think you can be empowered if your society is not empowered? No? Okay. Do you think Mahatma Gandhi was empowered?
Yes,
Do you think
sir.
he was?
Yeah.
Was Indian society empowered when Mahatma Gandhi was alive?
Yes.
Was it? We were run by the British,
Not fully. Yeah.
but British ruled us. And we had obviously a society that was not empowered because the British ruled us, Maharajas ruled us, we didn't rule ourselves. And then you have this man who suddenly in a completely unempowered society has gone and empowered himself completely. Would you disagree with that?
But people were his strength, sir.
Okay. So, suppose you put Mahatma Gandhi in a jail and he didn't see anybody, talk to anybody, would he still be empowered?
But his people will fight for him.
No, but suppose nobody was allowed to contact him. He was 15 years in jail. So in those days, he's sitting in the jail alone.
Then he wouldn't be.
Wouldn't he be? What do you think? No?
No.
Does everybody agree that he wouldn't be empowered? Yeah, give her.
I feel like empowerment is individually, like,
Okay.
just because he's in jail, physically he's in jail, it doesn't mean that he mentally is not empowered.
Okay.
That's why he became the father of nation, because he had the strength in himself, he believed in himself. So physically, even if he's in jail, I feel like he'll be mentally empowered.
Okay.
Because obviously he showed it. After he came out, he did a lot of things. So that
Yeah.
means obviously he was empowered during that time he spent, he didn't let that bring him down. He
Right.
continued to fight.
But then, see, both of you are right. There must have been moments
yeah, there
when
must have
Mahatma
been
Gandhi inside couldn't deal with it anymore.
after
And he
every-
said, now I can't deal with it. So then he was disempowered.
But you can't be sure because I haven't actually met him. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I believe that this is what happened, but like,
So what do you need for empowerment then?
confidence?
Okay. Anyone else?
People to believe in you, because those years he spent in jail, he must have lost his relevance in the country. But then it was because of the people who believed in his actions and what were his vision, that when he came back, he could be as strong as he was once before. So I think the society and the people who follow him played a huge role.
So
in
people
it.
play a big role.
Yeah, they do.
What if you're, what do you do? What do you do well?
I write.
You write. What if you wrote really, really well? And you were absolutely convinced that you are an excellent writer. But everyone said you're useless.
I guess that depends on that person's mental capability, because I believe that I have a strength of my own, but if people kept bashing me down again and again, I'm not sure. I've never been in that position, but it's not something a lot of people can overcome. So it depends on the person, a person's strength, and through that vision, but then also how he empowers the people around him or her.
But if you were convinced, if you practiced writing every day, and you've been writing for 10, 15, 20 years, and you were convinced that what you were saying and what you were writing was good, and everybody else said it's not.
If my passion in it is that strong, then
Right.
I believe nothing can stop me.
Exactly. So, point I'm trying to make is empowerment. You can sit, you can relax. Point I'm trying to make is empowerment comes from inside. It doesn't come from outside. It is when you believe in yourself that you start to become empowered. When you falsely believe in yourself, you become arrogant. This is a different thing. Arrogance is not empowerment. Empowerment is correct belief. If she was a useless writer, and she was convinced she was a good writer, right? And she didn't do any work to be a good writer, then she's not empowered, then she's arrogant. So that's, to me, the difference. I like that written over there. Yeah? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So what that is saying is wisdom begins when you're humble. So if you're accurate, if you're humble and you're observing carefully, that's the first starting point of wisdom. And from wisdom comes empowerment. Do you agree with that, or no? Yes? Go on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Can we have the next question now?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Alida. I just wanted to ask you, how do you remain optimistic when you're surrounded by negativity?
So, you've seen day and night, right? What has to happen after night?
The sun will rise and then it'll be day again.
So, the darkest point, right? Just after the darkest point, the light starts. It has to, right? Have you ever been in a situation where it's always been dark?
No, there's always been a hope of light
Right.
somewhere.
And have you ever been in a situation where it's always light?
No.
No. So these are cycles, right? So when you'll have a tough time in your life, you'll have a difficult time in your life, learn from that time will pass, and then you will get a better time. So it's not, it's cyclical.
Thank you, sir.
Can we have the next question now?
Are you normally this shy? Like you're always quiet? Is that the teachers tell you to keep quiet? Or how does, you're always silent like this? Huh?
Sir, I need to ask a question or your suggestion or your idea about this. Like we have India's research and development budget. Also we have the defense budget of India.
The
Defense budget.
defense budget.
There is a huge disparity between these two. Because actually, according to Nehru, it is research what runs the country. But currently the scenario is such that about 58% is going to the defense.
Yeah.
So what if, I'm not speaking of an utopian condition, but what if we try our utmost to solve the issues happening on the borders in Pakistan and China, and not try to inflame the patriotic feelings using the border issues and then garnering more votes? So would we have a better future? Like we will have more research and development budget coming on. So what is your suggestion or practical ideas regarding that?
See, we are living in a time where things are dangerous on the international sphere, and it's an extremely competitive environment, right? So you cannot ignore defense. But what you can do is you can be more efficient. So if your policies are intelligent and you're being clever, smart about it, then you can spend much less than if you're not being clever about it. If you're looking at defense and you're looking at foreign policy, if you have a strategy that is balancing people, that is playing to your strengths, then you will require one level of defense expenditure. If you are playing to your weaknesses, then you will require a completely different defense expenditure. To me, India's strength is its diversity, the difference. It would not be interesting for me to come here and speak to you if you were all the same. It would be boring. I'd ask one question, you'd ask one question, I'd say, thank you, I'm leaving. Right? But for me, this is interesting because you're all coming from different places, you all have different ideas. So bringing this stuff together is what I consider to be India's strength. And we have, for thousands of years, the ability to bring these different ideas together. So my complaint is that we are not doing enough to bring all these ideas together. If we bring these ideas together properly, we respect each other, we carry each other, we will not require as much sort of defense expenditure. Our economy will be better, we will produce more jobs. The whole thing is connected.
Yes, we have a person there. Yeah.
So, I am Susanna, and my question for you is this. On a serious note, India definitely saw a drop in fuel consumption over the last 1 year owing to the pandemic, lockdown, and travel restrictions. How can you account for the surging fuel prices in India despite the global slump in crude oil prices?
Okay. There's a technical answer, more complicated answer, and a simple one. Which one do you want?
Either one.
Either one? The simple answer is that due to demonetization, due to GST, the Indian economy was severely damaged. So it was already weak. After that, when COVID comes in, the Indian economy basically collapsed. The government now does not have money. Because the economy is not running, they're not able to generate taxes. They're not able to generate the money to run the government. So now they're forcibly taking money from your pocket, from petrol and diesel, to try and run the government. So that's why you're paying more. fuel prices internationally, oil prices internationally are falling. But diesel and petrol prices in India are rising. Essentially because of economic mismanagement over the last 4-5 years. You need a couple of things for the economy to work. You need harmony, right? Economy is an interaction between people. If there was disharmony in this room, everyone was fighting, then the interaction between people would reduce. So you need harmony, you need peace and quiet, and then you need a strategy. And so that's where we're running into a problem. And by the way, this problem is going to carry on for some time, because the mismanagement is quite profound and quite deep. So it's going to be difficult for India to come out of the situation we're in. It's not going to be easy. Final one last point. There are two ways, broadly, how you can start the Indian economy today. What we believe is the way to start the Indian economy is by starting consumption. Okay, by giving people money so that they start to consume things and buy things. What the government believes is don't start it by consumption, start it by helping the suppliers. So we are saying we want to put money into people's hands so people buy stuff, and what they're saying is produce more stuff. And we're saying you can produce all you want. If people don't have the money, they can't buy. So that's the difference between the two ideas, at least at the national level.
Can we have the next person now?
Hi, sir.
Hello.
My name is Prashya. My question for you is, do you think the Congress party is now in a crisis?
I think India is in a crisis. And it's a very serious crisis. What is the Congress party? The Congress party is designed differently than all other political parties in India. The Congress party is essentially a conversation. It is a conversation between all the different communities, all the different religions, all the different ideas of our country. It's an ongoing discussion. And what is happening is that discussion is breaking down at the national level, right? So everybody is looking after themselves and saying, okay, I'm not going to have a conversation with the other person. So you have tension between Hindus and Muslims and Sikhs. You have tension between North India and South India. You have tension between states, between different languages. So that is the glue of our country. And that conversation is what the Congress party is about. The Congress party gets into trouble when the conversation stops. When different people in India stop talking to each other, that is our, how to speak, that's our DNA, that's our blood. So when everybody stops talking, we have a problem. So our job is to start the conversation between people again. India cannot survive if the conversation in India stops. As an idea, it will not survive. If Kerala suddenly decides we are not going to talk to Tamil Nadu decides we are not going to talk to Karnataka, Karnataka decides we are not going to talk to Uttar Pradesh, India is gone. And that is the challenge that India is facing. That is this anger that we are seeing, that everybody wants to defend their idea, everybody wants to defend their language, everybody is thinking about themselves. And it's happening across the world. So you see it not only in India, you see it in America, you see it in the Western world. We're passing through this phase. But for us, it's a very interesting time because we can rebuild ourselves, we can reposition ourselves, we can rethink about what we're planning to do, and we can come out with a new idea and a new vision. So yes, it's a difficult time, but it's a hopeful time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. My name is Dia Nelson. My question is in connection with her question. So what can be done to reduce the price rise in petrol and diesel?
That, I mean, I'm supposed to be non-political, but that's, it's the governments that are doing it. So it's the government of India that is doing it. So you have to either get rid of the government or convince them not to raise fuel prices. It's a decision they're making. So There's not much I can do about reducing fuel prices as sitting in the opposition. Are you feeling a pinch from the fuel prices? Yeah? Tell me how. Do you ride a scooter, or your parents? How are you feeling the pinch?
Yes, I ride scooters, and I think it is not affordable to the common man. So that's
Yeah.
why I asked the sister. It is relevant in today's society. So that's.
We have been told that there's time only for one last question, so can we have that, please?
Can you hear me, sir? Can
Yeah.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Referring to a statement about your women's safety that you told us, I have heard that you have learned Aikido martial arts. As this is a women's college, can you teach us some self-defense techniques for us?
Now,
Yeah. Just a small self-defense technique.
teach you a small self-defense technique.
Like if somebody holds a girl's hand, how can we, like,
I can show you a principle.
okay,
It'll take some time.
Yeah,
You want to see a principle?
Yeah, sure.
How much time do we have? 10 minutes? I can show you a principle if you want.
yes, we want it, right? You want it, right?
You want to see it? I mean, you're making me do strange things, but I can show you an Aikido principle that you can use in your life.
Yeah.
So I need any one girl to come up here. Okay, you come. Okay, I'll need one more girl right now. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to do something. Take off your shoes. Okay. Sit. It's okay. I can touch shoes. It's not a problem. Sit down. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to sit down like this.
Yeah.
I want you to put your feet flat and open them. And then I want you to do this. Okay? Now, come. Now, she's going to push you. She's going to push you. Wait, thoda piche ho jaye. She's going to push you. Okay? You push her. You push her here. But don't push her with a jerk. Push her slowly. You resist. No. From here. Like this. You resist. Can you see? She slowly. Push slowly. Okay? Push slowly. Slowly. Push. Right? Push. Push her over. It's easy. It's easy, no? Bhaiya, thoda hat jaiye so they can see. Can you see that it was easy? Okay, now I'm going to show you something. Okay? So now put your hands up. No, put your hands on your shoulders. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to take this wrist. First of all, I want you to change your position slightly. Okay? So what I want you to do is instead of sitting straight, I want you to take your back, keep your back straight and push your back in. Okay. More in. And open your legs, open your feet. Flatten this completely. Yeah. Okay, good. Flatten this out and keep the back straight. Put your head up. Okay. I want you to maintain this position. Okay. Then I want you to put your hands here. Lean forward. Put the other hand there. Now I want you to keep these things together, and I want you to push this into her hand. Okay. She's going to push. Yeah. You lean forward. Don't lean back. Lean forward more. No, wait. You lean forward more. More. Okay. Now you push. Okay? I want you to do this. Now stand up. You take your position. Open. Okay. Remember what I'm saying. Your back has to come down and then you have to use this. Okay? Now can I have 3 more students? 3, 4. Come. I'm going to show you the Congress party now. Come. Now, put your hand here. The same way. No, you stand straight and put it like this. Okay? Go on. Okay, 1 second. You do what I told you. Lean forward. You go back a bit so you can push properly. Lean forward, look up. Now, all I want you to do, remember. Hold on. No, relax. Hold it. All I want you to do is, when she's pushing here, you leave this hand open. Right? Yeah. Put your head up. Put your head up. And when she pushes, lift this to the sky. No, slowly. Not very slowly. Okay. Push. You lift to the sky. No. Put your back straight. Back straight. No, back in. This way. Okay. Yeah, more. Yeah. And open your legs. Okay. Open your legs fully. Yeah. Okay, good. your hand on her thing. Yeah. Lean forward. Look up. Look up. No, look. Yeah. Now you push. Push. Okay, now push. 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 No. Hold on. Don't let them do that. Okay, stand straight. Open. Okay, open. Put it up. Put it up. Look up. You have to look up, and you have to put your back straight up. More forward. And look up. Look up. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Push. Look up. You have to look up. Good. And you have to 1 second. Put this foot. Flatten this foot. Flatten. No. 1 second. You can't cheat. Okay. Listen. Do it to me. Come. Huh? Okay. Come. Look up. Don't worry. You remember pushing this hand up. Okay. You look forward and put your chest down. Put your chest down. No. You have to push it forward. Look up. You keep looking down. Okay. Now stand up and lean more forward. You have to make the look here. Look at me. You have to make the triangle. This has to become a triangle. Yeah. Make a triangle. Yeah. Exactly. Now come. Now put your hand. Now put it up and keep your head up. Keep your head up. Okay. Push. Lean forward. Lean forward more. Push into it. Yeah. Push. 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 What do you think of that? She's not tough. She's not. She's not. She is using your strength. She's using your strength. Now that's Aikido. You want to try it? Come. Now you explain it to her. Come down. I'm going to be in trouble with time today. Go down. Okay, flatten your feet. Okay, very good. Now, you explain it to her. Okay, now what you're going to do is, put your hands there. Now when she pushes, all you're going to do is you're going to take this, look, and this. Now you're going to put your back straight, more straight. Now when she pushes, right, you're going to push this to the sky. Bring this, no, up, below her. Yeah. Open this. Open the hand. Now when she pushes, you're going to just push this up to the sky. Push. You push. Good. Okay, now you start. Come. Lean more. Look up. Yeah. Push. Go on. Push. See what's going on? This is an empowered woman. So, you can show your friends how it works, okay? Okay. Thank you. Did you like that? Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you, sir. You asked me, who asked me for the principle? You did. Huh. Okay, so was that useful? Yeah. What did you learn from that?
I think...
First explain what happened. First, when she was pushing you,
Yeah.
you had no balance.
Yes.
Then after that, you got a balance, correct?
Yes.
And then what would happen when she kept, the more she pushed, what happened to you?
I got more strength to resist because my resistance increases as she pushes.
Right. So, and how did that work? Like, how did you feel it?
Yes, I could.
Right?
Yeah.
So what we did was we connected her to them.
Yeah.
And then any strength they applied, she was taking it from them.
Yeah.
They didn't know, but she was using their strength against them.
As the position increases, my resistance increases.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a principle in life. You all have huge amount of strength inside you as long as you're positioning yourself properly. If you're badly positioned, if your stance is weak or if you're distracted, then it's gone. But if you understand the situation and your position is good, your stance is good, you can't be moved. You saw that, didn't you? How many people were pushing her? 6, 7, 8? you could have 20 people pushing her, you wouldn't be able to move her. And that's how I want all of you to be. Society is going to push you. I'll be very blunt. I'll be very blunt. Society treats you very badly in India. It insults you every single day. It doesn't let you do what you want. It attacks you. So you have to get a strength from inside. Right? And for that, you have to understand the way you're being pushed, understand the forces that are hurting you, and then position yourself properly.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there was a position and stance for that movement, okay? So should we learn martial arts for that? To know the correct
Look,
form.
it's not only martial arts, right? That is applicable anywhere.
Okay.
So I'll ask you a question. Somebody, would you say women are soft or hard? When you compare that to a man, she's softer, right? Physically, she's softer.
Depends.
Okay. Do you say a woman is stronger than a man or weaker than a man?
They're equal.
Are they equal?
Yes, of course they are equal.
I'll tell you a secret that men will never tell you.
Okay.
Women are much more powerful than men.
Okay.
They're fooling you.
But I will still say they are equal.
No, they're not equal. Women are much more powerful than men. They're much more powerful than men. There's a problem. Women do not understand their power. They do not understand how their power works and where their power comes from. And that is the whole point of empowerment. If I put you on the stage and I said, now 5 people are going to stand against you, stop them. You won't be able to do it. I won't be able to do it.
Yes.
But then I explained to you where your power comes from.
Yes.
Once you understood where your power comes from, nothing was happening. So you have to learn, first of all, don't be under the illusion that you are less powerful. It's wrong. Society wants to convince you that you're less powerful. Don't buy it. Next, once you've realized that you're more powerful, now understand your power. And the final thing is whatever you do, don't misuse it.
Yes.
Because once you realize you're powerful, then the tendency to misuse will also come. So do not misuse it, but do not be under the illusion. No woman in this room should be under the illusion that she is not powerful. You're more powerful than men. For sure. I've seen it in my own life all the time. I'm a man, I'm telling you. So don't be fooled.
Okay.
Yeah? And always look for how the power is applying itself. So power just doesn't happen like that. It applies, right? You're sitting here. Power was coming at you. Where was it coming through?
Her hands?
Her hand.
Yeah.
What did you do? You took control of her hand.
Yes.
Once you took control of her hand, who was controlling the system?
I was controlling.
You are controlling the system. So power is always situational. It is not that I am powerful all the time. There's a huge tree, right? And there's grass. Which is more powerful? Grass gets trampled, grass gets crushed, you can take grass out and throw it away. So you'll say tree is more powerful, right? Okay, what happens when a hurricane comes? Now in the hurricane, who's more powerful? Tree or grass? Grass. So you have to see what is going on and position yourself correctly. If you behave like a tree in a hurricane, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get uprooted. If you behave like a grass in a hurricane, what's going to happen to you? You'll survive. Right? If cows are grazing in the field and you're behaving like grass, you're in trouble. So that's what you have to be quick at. That's what Aikido basically teaches. You can use it for self-defense, but it's more about life. Are you finding what I'm saying useful? Interesting?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, I've got...
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, now I've got all the political people who are giving me dirty looks that I'm getting late. So I'm going to have to leave you. But it has been a pleasure for me to come here chat to you. You were a bit silent. I would have preferred if you were like more free and relaxed, but maybe next time. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was indeed a very enjoyable and interesting session. Thank you so much. And we, the students, are indeed honored to have been given an opportunity to raise questions and voice our opinions. And I believe that this opportunity that we have been given today takes us all a step closer towards becoming responsible and empowered citizens who have an active role in building our community. On that note, I thank everyone who joined us today to make this event a grand success. I request everyone to please rise for the national anthem.